up, everybody? Welcome back. Big Buckets Podcast, tuning in with your boy Marcus. Appreciate y'all tuning in, following up on everything. We're really excited. We got the Michael Jordan Last Dance special to review with y'all today, episodes 6 through 10. It's about 8:08 right now. We literally just got done watching the final two episodes 9 and 10, where they highlight that 1998 title run season, the last one officially. And I'm still kind of processing it all. It was fucking amazing to watch. It was kind of bittersweet to watch the final episode because you knew it was over, and it's like, damn, we're not going to get any more content. You're really kind of holding on to every word that that's said and everything you see in that final 10 minutes there, because you're getting the vibe like, okay, this shit's over already, without even having to look at the clock. So very, very happy and excited for NBA, for basketball fans all over the world. This is like a dream come true to get this series. 10 episodes of it, nonetheless. It's put together very well. They don't really cram stuff in. They have good transitions between the present, the past, years back and forth from the 80s, 90s, etc. They don't necessarily do it in chronological order, which I love. And yeah, a lot of people seem to be loving it too. I mean, just looking at, since it's premiered on ESPN, I believe that was back on April 19th. Yeah, so it's been just about a month since it premiered and they started these 10 episodes. It has a 97% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So what does that tell you? Although I don't really agree with Rotten Tomatoes a lot, this is pretty dependable when you want to see if there's going to be good shit to watch. But yeah, I mean, it starts obviously in the fall of '97. Jordan and the Bulls looking to get their 6th title in 8 years. Everything that he's achieved obviously is still being taken for granted with the front office, and there's like a big sense that that they're not going to be able to see Jordan anymore because of the dysfunction in the front office. It kind of sucks for that to happen. To a guy like Michael Jordan, who's literally regarded as the GOAT. It sucks, for a guy that won fucking 6 championships in 8 years. The disrespect is just insane to me. But it doesn't surprise me. Like guys like Kobe get it, guys like LeBron get it in my lifetime that I was able to experience, so I can understand the same shit happening with Jordan. These owners, these coaches, these executives, they just don't realize what they have. They just see dollar signs. But hey, man, it is what it is. We got 6 championships in 8 years out of that dude. He put everything into it. You can see from the way he prepares for the game, from the way he plays, goes after it, his mentality, his competitiveness, it's unmatched. Obviously I'm a huge LeBron fan, just as a basketball player, because he's the guy that I started watching when I grew up. They got me into basketball. Shout out to my mom. Rest in peace. She got me into basketball from the time I was fucking 2 years old, So, and I lived in Cleveland, obviously, so LeBron's going to be the biggest, inspiration to me, and he was growing up, and I'll always have that regard for him. But as far as like just being a competitive monster and just being so much above everybody in your upper echelon and just flaunting it and just going after it the way Jordan did, you have to fucking love it. It's like that generation's Kobe, because this is what I had in Kobe Bryant growing up. Although it took me some time to really like Kobe younger, because I was in Cleveland. I was a LeBron fan. Obviously, I wasn't really watching Kobe that much. I was watching more like Dwayne Wade and stuff like that because it was in the East Coast. But once we moved out west, out to Vegas, I remember fucking the first year we came out here, the second year we were out here, because we moved here in 2006. 2007, I was about 8 years old. My mom took me to the All-Star Jam session that they had, because the All-Star game was in Las Vegas. 2007, I ended up seeing guys like Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant. I didn't get to meet them, but I saw them from a distance, and I just remember lighting up, seeing those dudes. And I can imagine, the way people were with Michael Jordan in the 90s, especially when there wasn't as big as a global presence for basketball and for Michael Jordan. He really pioneered everything. He walked so, guys like Kobe, Jordan, and not Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Melo, all those guys can run. We'll just go episode by episode. Episode 6, it pretty much just goes with Jordan being really scrutinized. 1993, he feels like, even though he's winning and there's a lot of question marks about the team, That they go over the third championship, obviously, against the Suns. Charles Barkley was MVP that season, and he had an amazing series, but he fell short, obviously, to the eventual champion Chicago Bulls. That was the first three-peat that he had, and then, obviously, his father's death occurred shortly after. And then Jordan ends up saying, hey, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to retire, go play baseball with the, I believe it was Baltimore Barons, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Baltimore Barons, and then eventually it highlights the next episode. He's coming back after a dinner with B.J. Armstrong, or at breakfast, I believe, back in Chicago. They kind of, nudge him into coming back, and what really played a big role was the strike going on in Major League Baseball. And Jordan was going to stand with those players during that strike and not play, which ultimately led to him really getting his foot back in the door to play basketball. So it's kind of a good thing that strike happened because we got the GOAT back. So shout out MLB. But yeah, that's episode 7 in a nutshell. Not really much to talk about. Episode 8, Michael Jordan. This is where it talks about his competitiveness the most. He'd make up small, slight, imaginable things to really motivate himself against an opponent. Like, for example, like a player would play very well on a particular night against him, and he would fake say, or like fake imagine like this player talking trash to him to motivate him. So the player dropped like 38, I think, or 37. And at the end of the game, Jordan said, "Oh, he came up to me and said, 'Great game, Mike. Nice game, Mike.' Some shit like that." So, like, as a slight to him. And then Jordan said that, and he said, "Okay, next game, when I see him, I'm going to score the most points that the points that he had scored against us. I'm going to do that in the first half." He came close. I think he had like 36, and the score was 38. So to drop 36 points in the first half, and to be internally motivated, like from yourself, because he said after the game he made it up. And that's just the ultimate competitor, like nothing's gonna match that intensity. At that point, it's like you're the GOAT, you know what I mean? To have that type of competitiveness, because that's something that I hold in a really high regard when I play the game of basketball. So I love it. I absolutely love that episode. Probably one of my favorites. Jumping back, jumping back to today, still fresh in my mind. They start episode 9 really going over the history of that '97 championship. We get a glimpse as to, I'm not even gonna call it the flu game anymore. It's the pizza game now. Michael Jordan ordered a pizza supposedly like 10, 11 o'clock at night. About 5 people came to deliver the pizza. Like, oh shit, it's Michael Jordan. It was in Utah, by the way, during the finals, obviously. And he got food poisoning. He said he was throwing up. Trainer came in. He had IVs before the game. He ended up playing. Ended up having like 38 points or some shit like that. They win the game. Like barely. And but yeah, he said everyone thinks it's the flu. It's food poisoning. It's funny, like it took him fucking 20 years to say that when he's already had like shoe lines and shit dedicated to the flu game, quote unquote. But I don't know, I just thought that was pretty funny just to hear that, because the flu game is something I've heard growing up countless times. So now it's regarded as the pizza game now, or it has to be. And then it shows them winning that 5th championship the way that they did in that fashion, and that was great. Steve Kerr hit a really big shot, and that was it. And then the final episode, we get into the rematch, the perfect ending, and they really just highlight that journey and what happened and the way that it all ended. And we talk about Jerry Reinsdorf offering Phil that 1-year deal to come back to win a 7th one. Jordan said that, it's maddening because he really felt like he could have won 7. And I absolutely agree with him. He talks about the push-off, which, it's not really a push-off. You can't really say that's a push-off. I wouldn't say that's a push-off. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions. I totally agree with the trainer saying that his force was already going in that direction. If he was going to stop it, he was going to fall either way. I think the push definitely helped him. It didn't hurt him, but yeah, I don't think it's significant. Like, I think he would have still fell either way. Maybe not as bad, but it's not a push-off to me. We got to stop with that narrative. But they won the 6th championship. They show the parade, at the end, all the smiling faces in the crowd, and how bittersweet that was for, Jerry Reinsdorf as an owner and Jerry Krause as an executive. All the reviews on this docuseries is just raving. They're all 5 stars. Everything is very inspirational. Everything is very nostalgic for a lot of people. The footage is fucking amazing. Like, I cannot believe these games were being shown at such a high dynamic range. Like, watching it on my TV was like I was literally in 1998. Like, that shit was unreal to me. I wish that some of the angles that the Last Dance crew was filming, like while the players are playing the games, like in the finals, those angles need to desperately be used in NBA games, like in live broadcasting. That shit is fire. Anybody that disagrees with me, see me on that. You see so much more, and you can see a lot more of the landscape of the game and stuff. Like, it opens your eyes to a lot more details that you're missing out on those other angles that ESPN, TNT, etc. uses. They should really consider doing that, moving forward. I hope a lot of people jump on that bandwagon and do that. The director, Jason Hehir, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Apologies if I'm not. He did a great job putting this thing together. Like I said, it's not in chronological order. They do a great job detailing the events in his career literally from growing up to high school, college, NBA, Chicago, etc. So very, very special player, very special human being, Michael Jordan. Phil Jackson is the GOAT coach. There's no debate there as well. Scottie Pippen is arguably the greatest defender ever, given his size, ability, defend 1 through 5, etc. So much to really digest when you watch this series, and so much to formulate an opinion. But yeah, I mean, my opinion has always been Jordan's the GOAT. He's in another, atmosphere. He's by himself. And this docu-series basically cemented that for me. Because I don't think anybody's ever going to be as competitive or as talented as Michael Jordan. It's just not something that's going to happen again. Like, this is his history, and I'm so happy to be living through it. I'm so happy to be able to tell my kids, like, hey, I was able to witness all this shit, like Kobe, LeBron, etc. When I was growing up, the same way my dad and my parents, my mom was able to tell me about Michael Jordan and, the players that they watched when they were growing up, or at least when they were younger, than they are now. But appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. We are going to be going live in less than 3 hours now to reveal the winner of the Michael Jordan Pop Collectible basketball figure. It is going to be randomized. We're going to be doing it very briefly here. So if you're listening right now and it's before 11, get the fuck on my Instagram right now, Big Buckets Co. Make sure you're in the raffle drawing. We got I think we have 36 people in there. So your chances are pretty high, if you're trying to get in. Just let me know before time is up. Obviously, if you're listening to this days later, yes, it's gone already, so don't ask me for the collectible or for the raffle. Maybe we'll be doing some more. I mean, not maybe. We'll definitely be doing some more. I just got to find the resources and stuff, maybe some prizes to give, different stuff. Maybe posters will give away, stickers, maybe some of the new t-shirts, Big Buckets gear, shit like that. So y'all just stay tuned. Appreciate everyone that's bought a t-shirt, everybody that's bought a phone case or whatever the fuck that they have for y'all to buy. Everything means the world to us. Everybody that's listening from California to New York, Texas, Vegas, obviously. Shout out to everybody in France. I know y'all be tuning in. I think we have people listening in Australia as well. So I think we have some new streamers out there. Appreciate every click, every like, review. Y'all mean the world to us. We're gonna be getting back to it really soon. I know it sounds like I say that like every episode, but literally every day we're getting closer to where we want to be, and that's what it's all about. So y'all be safe. We're gonna end it here at 14 minutes, and yeah.